On this episode of Hey Hey Linda Purrs, Linda interviews singer-songwriter Lexi Shroll. Enjoy. Hello, welcome to Hey Hey Linda Purrs. And this is where I interview people that come to my show. And the musicians here in Nashville, Tennessee are just so amazing, just as musicians. But I like to get to know them just a little bit more, like, where'd they come from? What's their backstory? And today will not disappoint. I am so happy to be here with Lexi Shroll. She is brand new to Nashville, and she is from Orlando, Florida. And I just happened to have sitting here, this was not planned, my little Dumbo from Orlando, Florida. We love all things Disney in this house. And I'm sure you get enough of that where you are.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Everyone around me loves Disney.
It is, and we even had a choice. My husband, we had a couple years, we could have moved to Florida, put our stuff in storage, and we thought he might go work there. He didn't want the magic to go away.
That's super fair.
Yeah, he thought when you work there, it might do something to the magic.
Well, it's like one of those things where it's like, do you turn your hobby into your job?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what have you been doing with your hobby here, singing? Are you turning it into a job?
I am trying to turn it into a job. That is for sure. Yeah. Well, I moved up here pretty recently, as you said. I moved up here in August, late August. So I've been here about 5 months. I think this might be my 6th month now. Yeah. So it's been really fun. I've met a lot of different writers and musicians. I'm trying to do the singer-songwriter artist thing. I really love music and I love storytelling, and so it's just always been such a passion of mine. I like to say I'm country-ish. So I kind of like country music, country folk, Americana, whatever gets the story across. And there's so many amazing writers like that here in Nashville.
Yes, yeah. This is a place to meet them all. I remember I saw a documentary on Ed Sheeran.
Yes.
And I guess he toured a long time ago with Taylor Swift. And then that got him coming through Nashville and stuff. And he's from England.
Yeah.
And he said, I got to move to Nashville. He goes, the songwriter camaraderie and the rounds and the getting to know the people and writing song. He goes, this is the place. He goes, we don't have this in England, and I don't think it's anywhere. I mean, there's some other country, Texas and has them and things, but I really don't think there's anything like Nashville.
No, the scene here is so different from what I grew up with. Like in Orlando, Orlando's just very different. It's more gig centric, so it's more like performing in a bar and performing covers, and it's not necessarily like that listening crowd.
Right.
And here in Nashville, it's just like everybody is there to listen. Everybody is interested in who you are and your stories and your songs, and it's such a great community of people to just like network with and talk to and write with. And it is so cool to experience.
And
all
then
of
you
it.
have Lower Broad, where there's music coming out of every orifice down there,
Yes.
And like with you being down from the Disney World area, like I try to tell people, I go, there's Fantasyland and Tomorrowland and Frontierland, and I go, Nashville is music land.
For sure.
And not just country music. Gospel is big, R&B is big, punk is big here.
Yeah.
The rock scene is happening. A lot of people think it's just country, and it's not.
No, I think that was honestly one of the most surprising things. In the first few weeks I was here, I was like, okay, well, it's a country music town, and like I said, I categorize myself as like country-ish, so I thought I'd fit right in. But every single place I've gone to, everyone has such a different sound. I've heard a lot of jazz musicians. I've heard a lot of R&B style pop, a lot of pop, rock, and it's like the scenes there. It's not just a country music scene; it's a music scene.
Yeah,
and it's just like so cool to see so many different artists embrace their own sound and blend it and just thrive.
And along with your songwriting and you play guitar?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I've been playing guitar since I was about like 15. my dad, he, when I was younger, would always be like, you need to learn piano or play guitar, because I've been singing since I was like 6 years old. I've sang my whole life. Okay. And he was like, you should play piano and learn guitar and like, you know, do more musical stuff so it can make you a better musician. And I was just a stubborn little kid. And I was like, no, Dad, I'm not going to do that. Thanks, though. And then I was 15 and I was like, wait, I have just had the best idea ever. Only me has ever said this. I think I should play guitar. And my dad was like, that's so funny. Didn't I tell you that? Yeah. And he taught me my first few chords. And then I like slept with the guitar for like 3 months and I learned so many chords and I just try to get better and better. And I've been playing for a few years. I'm not a lead guitarist, but I am a pretty solid rhythm player. I also can kind of plunk around on the piano.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's good to have that, because you're just like, you're take your guitar, you're a show. You got the show going. Like I have a guitar player. Yeah. Because I don't play as well as you do. But you've come here with some solid background in music. Tell us about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, like I said, I've been singing forever. My mom found out from like a mutual friend that she was putting her daughter into vocal lessons. She was like, I think Lexi can sing. I'll put her in lessons too. And so then that just stuck. And so I did like
And that was music at a real young age?
Yeah, like 6, 7.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so I did pop music, and then it kind of transformed into me doing some theater, which transformed into me doing classical music for a very long time. I'm classically trained, and I have been since like the age of 11. Then I went into college for vocal performance. I went to Rollins College in Orlando, and I did vocal performance and writing there. And so I kind of have a very interesting background. I did a lot of classical music, so like opera or like arias, traditional music. And then I also was, while I was doing that and learning about that, I was also nurturing being a singer-songwriter and finding what genres I liked, and I wanted to sing that reflected my personality. And so I don't know, I've studied all sorts of music. So.
And you came up with your country-ish
sound,
which is great,
Absolutely.
And it's nice. It's kind of like a nice surprise to discover yourself.
Yeah.
You're like, well, what am I? And you'll fit in really good here. But you just really have a wonderful background for music.
Thank you.
Some people, they just learned out on the field and then came to Nashville. But I mean, to have the background. And of course, we have Belmont University here. A lot of people, go to learn all their theory and their everything, and which is great and helps so much. I mean, that's just gives you the confidence, really, to me, that you need to be here in Nashville, because a lot of people, it's just like going to Hollywood. I want to be an actress or an actor, and they just show up, and very few make it. Well, it's the same way here, but having such a big understanding of music itself is a bonus, a big bonus.
Yeah, and I've definitely felt that. I was very intimidated when I was gonna come up here. I graduated May 2024, so I'm very fresh. I'm a baby. And when I moved up here, I was really intimidated by the idea of Nashville, because everyone's like, it's Music City, and you go to Broadway once and you're like, oh my gosh, all these people are like professionals, and they're not the ones that are like streaming millions every year. And so I'm like, how I'm gonna be like a very small fish in a very large pond. But I have been fortunate enough to realize that getting that like strong background in music and really developing my personal style and knowing how I sing and who I am, and then having that training and techniques has really helped me, and it's allowed me to carve out different career paths. Like I teach vocal lessons, and I work at a church, and I teach children how to sing there. And so it's allowed me to use my degree in ways that I was not anticipating.
Oh, so like almost like teaching them to be in choir or something?
Yeah. So
how to properly read the music, with parts and everything?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, it's really sweet. We pick out like hymns or songs that we think fit like the season, or if there's a holiday that we're anticipating, and then we teach them a lot by ear. But we also have like the sheet music there, and we get them ready to perform for the church, and it's
Yeah.
very cute. They're all ages like 6 to 9, and so it's really cute.
Well, and you're giving them a great gift, and a lot of it is it's not just the singing; it's that confidence
Mm-hmm.
to be in front of people, to know what you're doing because you've explained it to them.
Yeah.
They understand those things. So you're doing a great service for those children.
Well, thank you.
So I'm glad this is all working out for you. And I think what's really kind of fun, you actually came up here with 2 girlfriends, right?
I did.
Yeah.
Yes, I came up here. I came up here with my 2 best friends, and we kind of decided in the last 2 years that we were all gonna try and move up here together. I kind of always had my heart set on trying to live in Nashville. You only have one life. Why not try and pursue things, especially while you're young? And so I decided to move up here, and I kind of wrangled in one of my friends, and she was like, okay, yeah, let's do it. And then we got our other friend involved, and then it all just ended up working out. And I'm so grateful because it's really hard to move to a city where you don't know anyone. And like I said, I'm only 6 months in ish, maybe 5, and so we're still trying to make friends and connect and learn the right grocery stores we like to go to.
Yeah.
And so it's great that I have 2 people I can do that together
Yeah,
with.
I really think you're doing it the best way you can because I'd probably guess 90% of the people come by themselves.
Yeah.
Now there is a good networking, especially like I know like NSAI, people get together for songwriting all the time to work together, so you get to know the people and everything. But to actually come up with a support and just people, they know you. These other people they don't know. You could be anybody to them. But it's just nice to have somebody close, and I think that's you got everything like working on for you right
Thank
now.
you.
So what are your goals here? I mean, like what
Yeah.
do you want to? Do you have a dream?
I do have dreams. I have big aspirations.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm very fortunate to have my friends' support, and I also have my parents' support, and I know in my heart that I could not do it without them. My parents have just supported me through everything, and they have always taught me to dream very big. And so for me, I always kind of grew up with the idea of being like, well, why not? Why can't I achieve it? If I could just try, who knows? And so my big goals are to definitely be a touring, performing artist and making a good living at creating music and having people sing back my songs. If I could ever one day see an audience of people singing back the lyrics to my songs, that would be that is it. That is the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I would love to be I'd love to see my name in lights one day.
Yeah. Well, that is wonderful. And where so if somebody wanted to have you come perform, how can they get hold of you or listen to what you're doing or follow your story going on?
Absolutely. Well, I have a couple social medias. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. I also have a Twitter, but not too much goes on there.
Okay, so what's the name?
Yes. It's
okay.
all of them are the same. It's Lexi Shroll, and that is LEXISHROLL. So Lexi Shroll. I also have a website if anybody wants to get in contact with me there, or DM me on Instagram. And my website is lexishroll.com. So it's all pretty similar in names. Not trying to confuse people.
So are you? Would they just follow you? What's going on, or Can you do if somebody needed somebody to sing at a party or something? Are you available?
Absolutely. I am open and ready to say yes to gigs and opportunities and meet people. And if anybody wanted to reach out, they could reach out to me via social media. They can follow me on all those platforms and see what I'm doing. I keep it pretty regular on my website, all the shows I have going on, and I post like a day or two before whenever I have a gig. So I keep it up to date.
Okay, well you need to follow Lexi. We're going to listen to a couple of her songs now too, so you'll get an idea of what her country-ish is. But I really appreciate the fact you like the story. I love a good story.
Me too.
I love a follow something and where it goes, and
Yeah.
so that's exciting. So in just a minute we're going to be able to listen to a couple songs from Lexi. So you follow her on social media, and go see her play when she's going to be playing at some song. You play Songwriter rounds?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then like I said, you can post those on our G Town on Facebook. We have the G Town Players. That's the name of my band. It's me, my guitar player, and my harmonica player. I got a harmonica player. We're the G Town Players. But everybody, and there's my little logo. Everybody that comes play at our spot, we consider them an honorary G-Town player.
That's so sweet.
Yeah. So, and G-Town, that stands for Gallatin. That's Gallatin's nickname. G-Town. I live in G-Town. I'm going to G-Town. It'd be cool. I'm going down to G-Town.
Well, now I know the slang.
Yeah. And it's Nashville.
Nashville?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Nashville, not Nashville.
Oh.
Nashville.
I did not know that.
I know, you got to practice that one.
Okay. I'll get this down.
Yeah. So welcome to Nashville.
Thank you.
Exciting. I've enjoyed my music experience, and I know you're going to have just a wonderful one, and we'll be glad to follow you on all your adventures. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. This first song is a song I wrote called Special, and I wrote it after a friend went through a breakup, and it was pretty tough. I danced on a wire, I set myself on fire, just to keep you warm, just so you'd want more. Singing a love song that the radio had. I'm feeling smoother than whiskey from Tennessee, but it turns out you don't want me. And what am I to do with that? Don't you know there's no going back? Did you see the forest for the trees and didn't think to tell me? What am I supposed to say? That I think it's better this way? Why would you put me on a pedestal if I wasn't all that special? I stepped from the precipice, I fell from your lips, thought you'd catch me, but I was free falling. And that autumn day, I thought you were gonna say that you realized you love me, but it turns out you don't think of me. And what am I to do with that? Don't you know there's no going back? Did you see the forest for the trees and didn't think to tell me? What am I supposed to say? That I think it's better this way? Why would you put me on a pedestal if I wasn't all that special? What am I to do with that? Don't you know there's no going back? Did you see the forest for the trees and didn't think to tell me? What am I supposed to say? That I think it's better this way? This is a song called Malibu, and I wrote this kind of about my drink of choice in college and a relationship I had around the same time. Bought me cheap liquor with your fake ID. I thought you were so cool, and we got drunk on coconut rum. You kissed me at a party in front of your friends, and I wasn't sure of anything yet, but I knew I was hung up. And maybe it all went downhill from there. And baby, you don't even care. But when I drink Malibu, it's all me and you. Those hot summer evenings, I thought you knew everything. I was 19, believing your California dream. Oh, it tastes so sweet, like falling for something new. I was sipping on Malibu. A few weeks later, I was sitting here. I watched you pop a lime in a bottle of beer while the radio played Chesney. It didn't work out, you know how it goes. But in flickers of light, I still feel you close, and I hope you don't forget me. 'Cause baby, it all went downhill from there. And maybe you don't even care. But when I drink Malibu, it's all me and you. Those hot summer evenings, I thought you knew everything. I was 19, believing your California dream. Oh, it tastes so sweet, like falling for something new. I was sipping on Malibu. There were too many things we couldn't get past. But when I look back, I remember how you asked how long we'd last. And I said, forever and ever, like the burn of cheap liquor. Forever. But when I drink Malibu, it's all me and you. Those hot summer evenings, I thought you knew everything. I was 19, believing your California dream. Oh, it tastes so sweet, like falling for something new. I was sipping on Malibu. I was sipping on you.
This episode of Hey Hey Linda Purrs is sponsored by. Come on down to Grandpa's Music at 1033 Park Street in Westmoreland. Live bluegrass, country, and gospel music every Saturday night. Shows start at 6 p.m. and admission is $8. First Fridays we feature karaoke and Grandpa's Music Jam Session 10 to 2 p.m. on the second and fourth Tuesday. New and seasoned musicians are always welcome for music lessons, so bring the whole family. Grandpa's Music at 1033 Park Street in Westmoreland.